Today I took not one, but two copies of the Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship to make this amazing pirate galleon. I found instructions on Rebrickable. Here is my review. Hi, I'm Brick to Rick. Welcome to my channel for LEGO ideas, inspiration and instructions. On my channel you'll find lots of castle stuff, pirate themed videos and seasonal sets across the year, including free instructions. So if you want more content like this, please subscribe. Also check me out on Instagram for more pictures. So today's video was inspired by the recent release of the Eldorado Fortress, the new icon set from LEGO. This undeniably is a fantastic set, but there's nothing that can go alongside it, apart from I suppose the recently retired Pirates of Barracuda Bay from LEGO Ideas. But this all changed when I found some instructions on Rebrickable. I'll leave a link in the description below of how to create an enormous galleon out of two copies of the Creator pirate ship. So I unboxed and sorted two entire copies of this set to make the build a lot easier. Here you can see the pieces separated out into boxes, and this was probably the most laborious part of the entire process. It was quite tedious to get all the bags open at the same time and split them up like this, but it was quite important to make this build. It is absolutely enormous, made of 2,000 pieces or more. So obviously you get more minifigures with two copies of the set. So I took apart the minifigures and mixed and matched them to make a crew of 5 individuals. I think they look quite nice. They go really well with the ship. And here it is. This is the boats coming together. You start off making the bottom of the hull out of lots of bricks and plates. Then you add to that, quite quickly building up height and length to this boat. It really is quite a large model. At the back you can see those corner pieces filling in and rounding off the hull nicely. There's also a rudder underneath it. Now at the back of the boat you have the captain's cabin. His quarters are amazing, and at the back you've got this really cool skull decoration, quite intimidating. Turning the model round now, you can see the front of the boats coming together. I love how the bow is shaped out of those elements. Above the bow you can see a decorative figure and a mechanism at the front to raise and lower the anchor. And this is the final product, an amazing seaworthy galleon. What a fantastic model. Let's go through it now. Here I describe the structure and play features. The designer calls this ship the Avenging Mermaid, and I think it's a really nice go at making a MOC out of two pirate ship models. It's an enormous model, as you can see, with plenty of details. At the very front you can see this brick-built mermaid figure, and I think it's quite nice, but you could easily replace that with something else if you wanted to. I like the mechanism that raises and lowers the anchor. That's really nice at the front there, but also there's a mechanism that raises and lowers a portion of the deck, allowing better access to the level below, including the cannons. Here you can see that mechanism in action. That whole portion lifts out of the way, and you can see underneath there's enough room for 8 cannons. The sets obviously only include 2 each, so you'll have to buy some extra cannons from LEGO directly, or use the Pirates VIP add-on pack to supplement this set if you want more cannons. They all protrude from one side or the other from these little red flaps there. Still on the deck, but at the back of the model, you can see a nice depiction of a steering mechanism here to control the rudder. This is a view of the back of the boat, and you can see the attention to detail there really rounding off this model underneath. Above that you can see the captain's quarters, which taper in to fit the shape of the boat at the back. However, there's a really nice detail here that you can open on both sides a small portion of it to access the cabin. Here you can see our captain, and he's having a glass of rum whilst planning his next move on that map. If you take him away, you can even see a little desk and chair that's set up in his office. This is a really nice detail. But behind that, you've got this skull design, which I think is really intimidating and very clever use of the parts available. This also raises up on a hinge, so you can see inside the cabin from above. Underneath you can see there's also a telescope that protrudes from the mouth of this skull. I love that detail. At the base of the stern you can see this little rudder, which is movable on those C-clips. Now I took this aerial shot to show you what they've done with the sails. I really like what they've done with the brick build design here, which continues the theme from the Creator 3-in-1 ship. There's also room for a crow's nest. So these brick built sails are really nice, but they're also really heavy, which takes me on to my first criticism of the set. If you don't do anything about it with regards to the rigging, they actually flex the masts that they're built on, the exception being the mizzen mast at the back of the model. This leads me on to the only other obvious improvement to the model, this region of black elements on the back, but I think I'll have a go at fixing that myself. So here you can see the rigging attached to the front and the middle masts. These are really important parts to keep those masts straight, so please add these towards the end of the build if you give this a go. So my overall impression of this free design on Rebrickable: this is a fantastic large pirate ship that would sit nicely next to the Eldorado fortress. There's lots of Lego left over, so if you want to modify the ship further, there are plenty of pieces to do so. I recommend this model to anyone who's got one copy of the Creator 3-in-1 pirate ship. Just go and buy another copy. This is a free design on Rebrickable. Go and have a go at it, you won't regret it. Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more videos. In a couple of weeks I'm releasing my instructions for my Hogwarts Great Hall alternate build, church or chapel.